In this video, we'll show you how we can use the copy and move or create an array. So I've started the CAD system with that drawing. So I'm going to use a command called move. So here I want to select move an area, and when I click and drag around this area and move it up to here, I can choose to keep a copy where it was originally. And to do that, I press this icon here. So I click and drag around the area. I'm in near snap, so I'm snapping onto the point here, and the corresponding point that I want to move it to is also in near snap, so it's up here. Okay, so that creates an array based on two of those things. Now what I could then do, of course, is I could use that command again, but copy all of that and use this as the hook point and this as the new reference point, and so on and so on. So you can do that type of thing if need be. You can also use the same routine with mirror and rotate. But if you have something like this, it means then that you would have to create a contour for every one of those features, which might be a little too laborious. So what we can do is, if I just zoom in on this bottom area here, if I just create a contour of a single entity, so I choose NC, I can set my datum position to where I want it to be, so it might be down here, and then I can create a contour of this shape here, and we can give that a depth. Okay, so that's a single contour, and if we then save that drawing away, call it slots AM, and then we can take that through into machining for wire EDM. So that's the first contour, and I can select what I do with that, set my offsets and so on, set the options for the pilot hole position, wherever I want that to be. Maybe that's a bit too far away, depending on the size of the component. Okay, and then we set up all the parameters for that one contour. But now we can introduce a repeat command. So if we choose repeat from the toolbar here, this will be the start of the repeat sequence. So we can set up a number of repeats in the x-axis and an offset in the x-axis, and also a number of repeats in the y-axis and an offset in the y-axis. Okay, so that's set up the repeat, but the format needs to be: you set up the repeat and switch it on, you perform the machining operation, and then you switch the repeat off. So at the moment, if you add items from this bottom toolbar, they get added to the bottom of the program operations list. So we need to reposition that. So if we click and drag it to the top, so we have the start position, the repeat, we have the machining operation, and now we need to select repeat again, and this becomes the end of the repeat operation. So we have start, go round, end. So now when we run that, we have an array built up of those components. So at any time we can go into here and we can alter the number of repeats or the step over and so on. As well as repeating around a grid, we can repeat around an arc. We have mirror, rotate, scaling, and translate means moving. So whenever we change that, we need to run the program again to see the results of that. So what that does is it starts from the pilot hole position here, machines around, cuts the wire, rapids across to the next position, threads the wire, machines around, back to the pilot hole, cut the wire, thread the wire, and so on. Okay, so that's how you do that.